Our first progression is as simple as possible, and then we're going to add layers on top of that as we go. What we're going to do here is begin in the middle of the service box, and I've just got a basket of balls here. For these first several progressions, all you need is a basket of balls, and that's it. And we're going to start off as simple as possible, both in terms of technique and also results. We're not going to be doing very much here. Really, our main goal is to get a feel for the timing of hitting the ball early. So what I'm going to do is just turn to the side. I'm going to toss the ball to myself right around eye height. I'm going to begin pretty easy here. And when the ball bounces, I'm going to, for right now, for myself, I'm just going to use a continental grip here. You can feel free to use your forehand grip. It's completely up to you. I'm going to start off with a continental grip. And what I'm going to do is as the ball comes down to the court and comes back up again, I'm simply going to make contact right between knee and waist height, and as the ball is on its way up from the bounce. So this would be, here I'll do an example of, this would be a typical contact point timing with the ball about eye height. What I'm going to do is let the ball bounce, let it come up, let it come down again, and then hit. So that's up, down, hit. This would be, you know, typical timing on the baseline. Ball comes to your side, bounces, comes up, comes back down again, and then you hit. What I'm going to do instead is hit on its way up. So there's just a boom, boom, rhythm or timing to this. Boom, boom, okay? Now the technique that I'm using here is as simple as possible. I'm lining my strings up straight ahead. As I make contact, I'm just pushing and guiding the ball forwards. I'm really just bumping the ball. I'm really not swinging through it all. In fact, my recommendation for this first progression is just to keep your strings facing straight forwards. So watch as I do that. They're angled off to the side a little bit, but I'm not following through. I'm maintaining a very steady racket face. So, boom, boom. Okay? 3 technique keys here that are extremely important. Number 1, relaxed grip. Number 2, simplicity of technique. And then number 3, just keep the strings facing forwards. And as you do that, and you start getting a feel for the boom, boom, I want you to also concentrate on making clean contact with the ball. Very, very likely as you try this, especially if hitting on the rise is not currently in your repertoire, very, very frequently when I see players do this for the first time, they make contact off center very, very frequently, not the middle of the racket. So keep your hand relaxed. Don't try to fight that by gripping the racket really tight. Stay relaxed and just kind of feel it out and make adjustments. If you keep kind of mishitting it off the bottom or mishitting it off the top, just make small adjustments with how you're lining the strings up and the timing of your actual bump forwards. And then as you gain some confidence and some consistency, I want you to start tossing a little higher. So now I'm going to go a foot or two above the top of my head. And now this is going to increase the difficulty level a little bit. It really takes a lot of concentration and focus on the ball as it comes down. And I'd like you to peak at probably maybe 3, 4, 5 feet above the top of your head. The higher you toss, the tougher the timing is to get it just right. So begin with this. We've stripped everything else away. We're not having to run around. We're not having to follow through all the way. This is great practice for your half volley as well. That's basically what we're hitting is a half volley, depending on what grip you have. But we're going to progress from here and add a little bit of a layer of complexity from step to step until we're finally at the baseline making full swings and timing our on the rise shot perfectly. So in progression,